So social media, we know, is becoming a ubiquitous part of our lives. The founders of these companies have crossed over from business to Main Street superstardom. But the spotlight might be getting a little bit too hot and the cheers are turning to jeers. And now we're wondering just how serious a pushback may be coming for this business. I want to help break it all down with Adam Armbruster, along with Silvia Jablonski. Got to, of course, start with this Snap number. Now, the financials they posted, the earnings are pretty good. They beat strong gains, I thought, in users, but the stock slammed after saying that changes in Apple's ISO measuring somehow hurt the advertisers. Adam, I really thought about you as soon as that came out and the stock was down 25%. You've been reaching out to me for weeks saying there's something wrong, with the declining impact of social media advertising. What exactly is happening here?
Charles, it's a complete monkey wrench in the system, in the ecosystem of advertising. Apple's basically hoarding the data. As you know, they control 50% of the mobile data, give or take, and they've shut off tracking with outside Apple apps. So Apple apps get your data. Anybody outside, it was turned off on May 1st. So anybody downstream of that has been cut in half from a data standpoint. It's a major issue in the industry.
So if you're advertising, you have no way of assessing how effective it is.
About half the audience is invisible to most marketers right now. This is not a subtle issue. It's a major issue. We've been screaming about it since May 1st.
You know, Silvia, Goldman, though, that they reiterated they're buying the stock, and they're not the only firm. Would you be buying this on weakness?
Several reasons. Number one, I think that they're going to find a way around this, perhaps like Facebook. Maybe there'll be a knife fight. Number two, Snap is going to invest in augmented reality. So they're going to partner also with companies like Disney and Bumble to have user experiences, try out cars, makeup, hair, things like that, with the consumer through augmented reality types of technologies. The digital world, digital shopping, digital communications is growing, and the economy is reopening. So people are going to start having more, Snap stories, short-term stories about things that they're doing out in the world, particularly with, the borders reopening and international travel and things. So I do think that they have a good long runway here. It's that next generation of social media. And look, I think these companies can get creative. For example, if they start paying people in crypto to share their data, then, all bets are back on.
So Adam, it's this part about Tim Cook flexing his muscle, making him something of a kingmaker among this whole digital gateway. What can the company do? Do you think some of the things Silvia suggested then could offset what Apple's doing, this data hoarding?
Hasn't worked so far. And I will tell you that I think first-party data is going to come out being the star of this. And here's what I mean, like Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, they have the cash register slips. They know what you actually bought. That's first-party data. That's what's going to matter going forward. The secondary, tertiary data doesn't seem to resonate anymore. And where it's showing up, Charles, is in the conversion to sale through Facebook, Snap, Instagram. People, you can get to people, but if you can't track it to a sale, the advertisers are going to move on. They're not dumb.
Where are they going to move to?
Initially, I believe Google, because Google's still tracking with Android phones. But come next spring, they're going to do the same thing Tim Cook just did. And then you're going to have a fist fight. Your term, Silvia, on knife fight, that's the right term, I believe.
Silvia, I'm going to switch gears just quickly because Summit Securities went from a sell to a buy on NVIDIA. I guess, it only had to go up a gazillion % before they figured something out. But Intel getting hammered again on earnings. Is this now official, the changing of the guard in the chip space? I mean, think about this. NVIDIA is up 100% in 5 years. Intel's only up 43%.
Yeah, right. And 38 billion to 540 billion in market cap too. Look, NVIDIA has cash. They have leadership. They're deeply cemented in the 5G rollout of the future. They're deeply cemented in gaming and superpowered cloud computing computers. They're really focused on the next generation, and they have the money to spend to get there. With Intel, you have this 2 to 3 year, sort of backlog of things that have to go right before they're profitable again. So they were lower on margins for PC, for laptops, for data warehouse, free cash flows going out the window to build the chip factory. So they just need some time to catch up. And I think that unfortunately, NVIDIA and AMD are just kind of plowing them over in the near term.
They're killing them. I remember Intel was invincible, but I think they just kind of squandered that. It was not unusual. Adam, Silvia, thank you both very much. Very enlightening conversation.